What's up, everyone? Kanan Xiaolong here with the lovely Jessica Belladonna, and we are back with part 2 of our reaction to the Oscars, a RWBY Volume 8 award show. We took a little break, used the bathroom, got something to drink.
And fixed the lighting.
Yeah, because the lighting was just really off, and it made me look like I was wearing lipstick, which I was not. I guess I just have naturally red lips. Yeah, we touched our faces up, fixed wigs, all that. So we took about a 30-minute break because this is a long video. We still got about an hour to go. So let's get back into it. I believe this is where we left off. So let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is the Judgmental Critter. I'm super
adorable.
jazzed to be a part
Yes,
of the Oscars,
very.
and thank you all for voting and for watching this.
I've seen her channel pop up before. I don't
As
know.
for
I
who
guess I
am,
just
I do RWBY reviews.
I just never
talk about lots of
clicked
different
on
stuff,
it, but
like
I may
character
have to
designs,
check her
I
channel
make
out because
redesigns, I
this
take
is
a deeper
cute.
look at cinematography, I have RWBY supplemental material, RWBY fan-made animations, and just a whole lot more. A real grab bag of RWBY stuff going on.
I love the
here.
emotion.
RWBY's got
That was
a
cute.
massive cast of colorful characters, both figuratively and literally. And every year, RWBY delivers us a bunch of brand new characters who always end up becoming our new favorites. With a show like RWBY, who has a near
It's
constant
hard.
rotating cast of characters, it's important for the fresh new faces to leave a strong enough impact to still resonate with audiences, even amidst the old, well-loved classics. This category proves how a character can leave their mark on the show and end up beloved by fans, no matter how new they are to the series. These are the nominees for Best New Character.
Okay.
Ambrosius.
Very animated character.
Yes.
Sassy. A little over the top. I really did think for a while that was Markiplier.
I did too.
With as much work as he does with Rooster Teeth, I'm surprised he's not done a guest voice on
Fiona's
RWBY.
uncle.
V, we got another fight breaking out.
Oh yeah, it was so wild when we learned
Thanks, Uncle.
that was her uncle.
Madam.
You're to make sure
No.
the dishes are spotless and the floors are clean enough to eat.
Though she is a great character that you
Now,
love
hurry
to
with
hate.
your chores.
So
The floor looks filthy.
Rhodes.
Seen you around, and I think it's safe to say,
I think a lot of people were sore at him for not actually helping her.
yeah, I can't really blame you for what you're thinking.
You don't know what
But hurting them isn't going to make your life any better. You could run, but
You would be
you're
miserable.
running for the rest of your life.
Yep.
The stepsisters.
Ah,
You missed a spot.
I'd love to rub that mud in their faces. Like this whole episode just angered me. I became such a Cinder simp after this
And
episode.
the Oscar for Best New Character goes to
I'm gonna say I don't know.
Ambrosius. Congratulations.
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
suppose I could
I didn't even take the time to make a guess.
But if I do that, how much of the old painting would be?
I think the spirits and the relics are always going to be very memorable characters.
Yeah.
Kind of sad we'll never see Jen again, probably.
Don't know what the results are going to be.
And we don't
We
know
don't
that
have.
Well,
any
all the
other
questions are
options.
gone.
We believe in her.
Unless we're going to jumpstart into
Then ready
1,000
yourself
years.
to witness my artistry.
That's what's going to happen. Team RWBY's going to be stuck in there for
Ambrosius
1,000
is
years.
such a top-tier best boy. I'm not
Wow,
too
he
surprised
won
to
by
hear
a
he almost
lot.
immediately won me over with his flippant, carefree demeanor, which is a very fun contrast compared to Jin's more serious nature. From the way he rolls around,
Her
swinging his
seductive
feet back and
nature, her
forth
flirty
playfully, or
nature.
how he eagerly zips around as he starts envisioning his next biggest creation.
He was kind of a
Ambrosius's little
nerd
mannerisms
in a
are
way. He was kind of a geek in a
above and
way.
beyond. His
I can't
design
wait
is,
to
like,
create
really
this.
striking and memorable, which is cool because
He was kinda
the
like a
similarities
professor,
between
in a
him
way.
and Jin
Yeah.
is a lot
An
of
inventor.
fun to see, but I like how he still looks uniquely himself, even though he shares similar color palettes and like concepts with Jin. Ambrosius really does feel like his own character, and that's really awesome. And
Like
it
you
helps
said,
that his
a
voice
sass.
actor did just an amazing job.
Yeah,
You can
it's
tell
it's
everyone who worked
it's
on
interesting
Ambrosius
that
had
all
fun
4
with
of them
it.
are going to
The
have
voice
very
actor, the
distinctive
animators,
personalities.
the writers,
So
everyone who
I
worked
can't
with
wait to see the
Ambrosius
other
was having
2.
fun, and it helps make Ambrosius feel fun.
He was
his
fun.
energy is
He really
very
was.
infectious.
Yeah.
He's funny, He's personable. He's a little bit of a tricky trickster.
Yeah.
He thinks real highly of himself, but also, like, he's a cool guy. And I just can't wait to see him again.
There is such thing as people who are full of themselves, but also friendly. It's weird. It's weird when you actually meet those kind of people.
Characters like Cinder and Salem.
Because they're all kind of
Let's
like
give it up
him.
for Ambrosius
Yeah.
one more time.
Like
Thanks
you
again
think
for
they're gonna
watching
be,
and
you think they're gonna be
participating in the
egocentric, and they
Oscars
end up not
Volume
being.
8. Now then, let's dive into the next category.
Hello again, RWBY
Oh, we're
fans.
back.
Hello again, Oscar viewers. I'm Katie.
I'm Megan.
And we are back with another category, and this one is near and dear to our hearts. So let's take a moment and talk about the Grimm. Now, as
Okay.
we mentioned in our previous
I had a
category,
feeling.
we are horror fans. She's a horror fan, and I'm
Same.
here for it.
She's not either.
And that means we love the Grimm. Your favorite thing that RWBY does is when it turns into a horror movie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That is RWBY when it's at its finest, or at least most enjoyable to me.
The
is
apathy
when it
and the
goes
hound.
Full horror movie.
And
Yes,
a peak factor
I agree.
Of that is the Grimm, the monsters that roam the realms of Remnant. As always, we have some wonderful new Grimm, and if you've watched our channel, if you know us, you know that we like to nickname them. For example, the Wyvern is
Kevin!
Yep.
and the Leviathan
That's what I was
is
wondering with all the
Nessie.
names.
and of course, the Knucklevi is
Jim and Randall.
Jim and Randall.
Although I
It
couldn't tell you
happens
about the
every
Randall.
time.
Jim's the guy, Randall's the horse.
I think that was it.
That
Yes.
was it.
That makes sense. Randall seems like a horse name. It does, kind of.
kinda
No offense if your name is Randall.
Volume 9 has given us a bevy of incredible new Grimm to watch and name and fear, but mostly name. And of course, we would like to present the nominees for Best New Grimm. Senator.
That's a good pick, but I think I know who it's going to be.
Why am I get more disgusting?
I don't know if you can hear me.
That thing was wild looking.
Need you, RWBY.
The Hound.
That's my
I think it's
pick.
the hound.
Yeah. The Hound caused way too much, like, of a reaction.
And all the things it did.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
This being one of them.
Wait! It's using Oscar as a shield!
But the Grimm aren't that smart.
Ravagers.
We can't go back. The portal won't last.
Very cool looking Grimm, and I believe they were in the novels as well. I wished we had got to see more of them.
I have a feeling we will in the...
Yeah.
Probably the
Oh yeah.
glimpses we see
Oh
in
yeah.
9.
Yeah, we will. I'm so glad Emerald is part of the. Oh, so I never realized that was the. So ain't that the Grimm that won?
I think so.
And the winner is...
I expected it to be in the water.
Get a
So
drum. Smart Alex.
The Hound!
Yeah.
yeah. This thing was so awesome that. Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
We love the Hound so much.
Wow.
I kind of...
Excited. I mean, in some ways, I had
It
no
kinda
doubt
makes
that the
sense.
Hound was going to win.
Oh, yeah. The Hound was the standout Grimm of this season.
Such a
And, of
standout
course,
that
in
we
keeping
did
with our
a
tradition,
episode
the Hound somehow
all
went through
dedicated to the
4 days
Hound.
For us, started as Ditto because he was a shapeshifter, turned into Krampus because he took away children, and then it became Soylent because Soylent Hounds are people, and John Doe because we don't know who's in there. So
Yeah.
any one of those works, but we love
I
the
still liked
Hound.
our theory though.
So much.
I forgot what it was called.
I always appreciate,
That was months ago.
Again, when RWBY goes full horror movie, and also just the uniqueness of each Grimm that encapsulates like
The fact
the
this one was
horror
like
of the world of
stalking,
Remnant. And
like
we
Yeah.
got that with the
little
Knucklevi, we got
places
it with
here
the
and there.
Apathy.
It just
and like
Also,
The
Grimm
Hound,
are a
I
threat
think, is,
again. That's what I love about these recent
I think
volumes.
the Hound step in this evolution
absolutely,
of horror.
it's taken the horrifying elements of Grimm and taking it to its logical conclusion.
Oh, I would say logical next step.
That's true. The
One
show's
fear.
not over yet.
One fear. except the fear is Salem, and it encompasses many.
Yeah.
So yes, congratulations, Krampus, Soylent, John Doe, the Hound. You deserve this win.
Yeah.
And thank
Amazing
you to
Graham.
everyone who voted. Thank you for inviting us on. We had a fantastic time.
I do remember voting in that. I did vote for the Hound.
Hello, and once again, I am Raijin Rising, here to present to you the results for Best Male and Best Female Character in a Minor Role. Though you would not find this category in the typical theatrical awards show, Best Characters in a Minor Role is really great to have. So
They're usually the
every
standout
character,
people.
No matter
Yeah.
what part they play in the plot, can get their due, can get their time, and be awarded for it, when they might not be big enough to be considered for the supporting role category. You know, they may only get a couple lines.
Lord of the Rings
or
would
they
not been a
might
success if it had not been all the people in the
only
background.
1 or 2 episodes throughout the entire volume, but they make their mark on the story nonetheless, and that's worth considering. So to start, these are your nominees for Best Male Character in a Minor Role. Ambrosius.
So she
Okay.
isn't. I'd love to meet whoever did this. I see. There's something eating away at her. I'm guessing you think you have some clever plan to save her. Just know, I will give you exactly what you asked for, and I don't want any complaining when it's not what you wanted.
Blind Sieben.
Oh, there's your sentimental favorite.
Yes.
I heard there was a patient here who needed my help.
I am so sorry, Klein. It's my fault that Father...
Weiss's real dad.
Snowflake, it had nothing to do with you. And everything to do with Jacques.
Mercury Black.
Those are Salem's new orders. And I know better than to disobey Salem.
What?
Look, even if what he said was true, we can't stop Salem. You told me yourself. Hazel tried. He failed, and he got in line. Big guy's not gonna pick fights he can't win. Neither should we.
Rhodes.
How old are you?
This is getting hard.
And you want to be like us. You want to be a huntress. And we've got about 7
I
years
think I voted in this one, and I did pick Jacques.
to train you
Not
for the
Jacques,
huntsman exam.
Klein.
Klein.
Don't say Jacques.
Tyrion Kalos.
So devoted to someone so incompetent.
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank.
Dismembering the very body of this kingdom. You were merely atoning for past failures.
And the Oscar for Best
I don't
Male
know.
Character in a Minor
I guess
Role
I'll go with
goes
Klein.
to Ambrosius.
Well, he got 2 awards.
Well, everything appears to be in order. You were quite thorough. Disappointingly so.
I love that.
So, it's done.
Yeah.
He-
And one last point of clarification about this central location of yours. Do not fall.
Well, we all knew. Well, they're gonna fall. That's what set it all off.
Said he is quite the character, and honestly, I didn't think we would see him. We have the staff holding Atlas up, so clearly, if the spirit in the staff is necessary to be seen, we need a good enough reason. We need to be okay with putting an entire kingdom's worth of lives at risk to be able to use it, and I think that ultimately it came out very well. And his voice acting is great, his animation is great. I
still thought it was Markiplier. I really did.
Spirits, because they're floating and they have so many different particle effects and visual effects, and so the animation that happens with them, on top of already, being different from a character who's rooted by gravity, they're just so expressive regardless. So it's always great to see them. And of course, for the rest of the nominees, it was great to be able to see Klein again, Mercury and Tyrion. I have the sense that with Mercury and Tyrion, their scenes in Volume 8, or rather, their one scene at the end of, I believe, Chapter 7, that is going to be so important when we get to the Vacuo arc, whenever that is, that it's going to be so important to really remind ourselves that this is where their character arcs come from. This is where Tyrion is at, this is where Mercury is at, because I feel like we're going to need to call back to this scene. But that's all I have about really to say for the male characters in a minor role. So now, These are your nominees for Best Female Character in a Minor Role. Elm Ader.
Don't do this! They're still evacuating in Mantle! Why did you just let me do my job?
I like Elm, so...
We won't let you go through with this!
Fiona Time.
No, Crimson, I need you and your team over in Sector 11. Mantle police are helping us clear the hospital, but they're gonna need backup.
You're doing great, Fee. Robin would be proud.
I feel like you should be doing this after flexing on the news like that.
Jin.
Jin.
Oh, good old Jin. I feel like Fiona may win just because of her popularity, but I don't know.
Why, hello again, old man. Did you have a question for me?
Maria Calavera.
Don't you think Penny has had enough?
Maria wasn't in a lot of this volume, so I'm not sure.
Prepare for launch.
It's our only option.
She is right, Pietro. We have to remember the big picture.
I don't care about the big picture.
Willow Schnee.
We have a generator near the edge of the estate.
I don't know, because
Join us, Mother.
Believe it or not,
I'm just...
I am above drinking in the dark.
And the
I'm going to
Oscar
say
for
Fiona
Best
because of her
Female
popularity.
Character in a Minor Role goes to Willow.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I can see it. It's outside Winter's old room. You can kill it, can't you?
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. It's acting strange. Why is it here?
It doesn't matter. Just keep an eye on it so I can track it down. Right.
Right.
Okay, well, that was
I gotta admit, I thought this category would be a toss-up between Willow and Maria. At least for me, I can understand Maria getting it after her fight scene in Chapter 5 against Neo, being the only character in the history of the
I guess
show
I was just basing
to
it on
really,
how much
really
the
give
volume they
Neo
were
a
actually
hard
in,
time.
but...
It was great to see Maria just have fun fighting against Neo of all characters, and at least for Willow, Mama Schnee definitely steals a lot of the scenes that she's in. I gotta say it. She's a lot of fun to watch in her own ways, and with volumes 7 and 8, she is the essential view into the broken home that is Shinny Manor, and getting to see Whitley in a new light, especially too. A lot of that comes from Willow. Like, we've known Weiss's relationship, we'd known Winter's relationship with her family for a good portion of the show, but now seeing it through Willow's perspective, I feel a lot more important than anything that we had really seen up until this point. And I loved seeing, especially as well, her security cameras coming back for Volume 8, Chapter 8, the fight against the Hound. Really, really cool to see, you know, thinking in Volume 7 it might have just been there for that one moment to justify or explain that one thing, but now, no, it's really adding this extra dynamic, this extra element
Wig hair getting in my mouth.
Chapter 8, and that was amazing. And Willow, she's kind of a meme too, so she's got that going for her. But
I know what kind of meme.
That's it from me. Please enjoy the rest of the Volume 8 Ozcars, and I hope to see you around the fandom.
What is up, people of the internet? My name is Freelancer Amber, and as you all know, I'm a RWBY tuber. Sort of. I also love Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, various games, and anime. I'm also a Twitch affiliate, and I love to stream, and hopefully I get to do more of that in the future. So as you all know, I'm also part of the Oscars, but as one of the hosts, and I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. Last year, I did both when Volume 7 ended, and being this again now, and again, as a host, I'll be doing funniest moments that happened in RWBY Volume 8. Now, RWBY has a lot of moments throughout the years, whether it be hurtful moments, happy moments, moments that make you actually connect with the character. There's one kind of moment in RWBY that helps us cheer us up and give us a good laugh. That's right, I'm talking about funny moments, like I said before. From RWBY getting blown up back in Volume 1, to John getting hit on by thirsty moms in Volume 7. These are the nominees for funniest moments in RWBY Volume 8.
If one scene isn't here, I already know it's going to win.
Away from Ren and Nora.
He finally read the room.
All water under the bridge, buddy. I'm gonna go see if Klein needs any help with Penny.
Penny explaining Ruby's semblance.
Do not worry.
This was
Ruby
funny.
is capable of
It
traveling
was.
at an extreme velocity from one point to another by breaking herself down to her molecular
I think Blake
components,
made it funny too.
Yes.
and then
If we
reassembling
get
them
to
at the
see this.
destination, theoretically making it possible for her to transport all of us in the same way, as mass no longer matters.
Ah, I want
Rock hitting Jean.
This was funny. Something so simple.
Everyone,
Just the way it's delivered. Just the way it's delivered.
gonna need your attention.
Weiss gets vented. So how
This
do you use that?
I
wins.
think it's this.
This wins.
If you lie back in the tube and press launch,
And the
If that
Oscar,
doesn't
the
win, I'll
funniest
be
moment in
shocked.
RWBY Volume 8 goes to... Weiss gets vented.
Yeah, I knew it.
Come on! That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience!
And I can see why. And I'm sure many of
Won
you
by a
absolutely
landslide.
lost it when Nora just happened to hit the one button all the while Weiss was trying to explain how these shoots work. Thank you to everyone who voted for this year's Oscars, and thank you to the RWBY for keeping this show going. Honestly, I've been a fan of RWBY since the beginning. I was originally a Red vs. Blue fan back in high school, and then when I first saw RWBY, I immediately became such a huge fan of it, as you can see from my posters and the many figures I've bought throughout the years. From the very beginning, we can see the transition from how it all started to right now. All the voice actors, all the animators, screenwriters, everyone
love seeing
is
from where it
awesome,
came to
and
where
I
it is
can't
now.
wait to see more of this in the future. And for the RWBY community, it's just such
Heck,
a
I still
fun
remember
thing to be a part of, and I hope you all enjoy
what
it.
I was
This is
doing
fun.
when
And
I
thank you all so
saw
much
the
for
Red
voting.
trailer online.
Hey,
I was
everyone.
talking to you.
I'm Jeremy, aka Jeremy Noir.
Oh, it's Jeremy.
I'm so excited to be here with everyone for the 2021 Oscars for RWBY Volume 8. I've been a fan of RWBY ever since the end of Volume 2, and I can't wait to see what RWBY does with the rest of it. Now, my channel doesn't exactly have much RWBY content at the moment, but Cal and Arnold keep inviting me back for these things, so I'm sure I'll make some RWBY content sometime. When it comes to RWBY, one of the things that the fans love most, and arguably even the people that work on the show love most, is the characters and how they interact with one another. Whether it be a familial relationship, a platonic friendship that's as strong as any type of familial blood, or even a romantic relationship for you shippers out there. And so, let's bring attention to that. The contestants for Best Relationship Development for RWBY Volume 8 are...
So keep in mind, it's not
Emerald and
just.
Hazel.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just romance. There was always a joke that people wanted Hazel to adopt Emerald and Mercury. So, yeah, we definitely saw this growing over the years.
Penny and Winter.
Oh no, not this again. Oh.
For trusting me with this.
Oh.
When you're gone.
I won't be
I've
gone.
loved their relationship,
I'll be
though.
part of you.
It kills me. I don't want to cry again.
Ren and Nora.
Let's admit it. This will win.
So we failed as a team, but we
I'm already going to.
succeeded as a team,
I'm
too.
already calling
I was
it.
the one holding us back. Not John, not you, me.
Well, you're wrong. All I do is make dumb jokes and smash things with a hammer.
True.
I know this is a serious moment, but that
Everything you have and
that
what
line
you do.
is just.
You support everyone around you.
I
you
love
help
seeing
without worrying
all
about
of
how it
the
might hurt.
everything
And that's what I
build
love about.
for them to finally have this type
That's
of
why
moment.
I love you.
Ruby and Penny.
Oh. These are all great choices.
I am much more than that. And I wish I was not.
I still think it's Ren and Nora, though. I think they've got it.
You're still you, Penny. By becoming the Winter Maiden, you did protect Mantle.
Thank you, Ruby.
Weiss, Whitley, and Willow.
That's a pretty good one too.
Yes.
Because a lot has been. They were slowly but
They're
surely
repairing
rebuilding that. Yeah.
I didn't forget you.
That, and I loved that little look from Whitley to her. Like, you could tell it meant a lot to them.
And the Oscar for Best Relationship Development.
It's
in
Ren and
RWBY
Nora.
Volume 8
It's gotta be.
goes to-
That's what I'm guessing.
I'm not surprised in the least.
Yes.
It's Ren and Nora.
When my mom ran from the Grimm and left me behind, you found me.
Yeah, we had the Bumblebee moment, but
This was needed. This
Yeah.
was hugely needed, and
Yeah. Volume 9, for sure.
Just Nora is.
I probably just jinxed it, but hey.
And if I'm ever going to find out,
Oh, this was such a
then I have
great
to do it
moment.
alone. Because I've always loved you, Lyran.
Hmm.
And that pretty head on your shoulder seems like it's doing a lot better. But I still gotta get mine sorted out before I can be the partner you need.
Not rushing into it. Developing both characters.
Okay.
I love this. I love the little face caress that he does to her. It's so soft.
It's definitely okay.
and that made it even
I
more
figured Ren
perfect.
and Nora were going to win.
By
For
a
me, they definitely were
landslide.
one of the best relationship outcomes to come out of RWBY Volume 8. It's very rare in media, at least in my opinion, to see a romance that actually comes out and says that these two people need to figure out who they each are as a person before they can get into a romantic relationship and
Yep.
force anything that could become something toxic. And it's just something that speaks to me very personally, and I'm definitely glad that everyone on RWBY decided to go that route. All I can say is, wow, this is amazing. Thank you again, RL, Cal, and everyone else for giving me this opportunity on the Oscars. And if anyone from RWBY is watching, I'm probably fanboying on the inside because of that, but like, I'm just excited to be a part of the RWBY community. I'm glad I could be a part of this project. So yeah, have a nice evening, guys.
One of the best things about watching an ongoing series is seeing how different plot points are building towards eventual conclusions, only for those conclusions to end up being something completely unexpected.
Yeah,
The volume
that
eight
happens a lot.
Plenty of those. Seeing different things hinted throughout the volume, building towards an eventual reveal, and when it came time for that reveal to happen, it ended up being something much larger than what was expected. Or just something that blindsided us completely. As someone who makes different theory videos on the plot of RWBY, it was an absolute pleasure to watch everything unfold throughout the volume. These are your nominees for the best twists and reveals in Volume 8.
Cinder betrays Neo and Watts.
Yeah, I didn't see this coming.
You didn't? I thought.
Neo falling, I meant.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And you should have never been born.
If RWBY had used them just a few seconds faster.
Post-credit scene, Wonderland.
Yeah, because that was one that a lot of us, you and me including,
just
called.
freaked out.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm so excited for Volume 9 just because of this. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
The Hound is
I
a
think-
silver-eyed warrior.
I think it's the
I
Hound.
think it's the Hound too. And I
This
had
was-
mentioned this right when he started talking.
Yeah, because this was not something a lot of people didn't see happening.
Take the girl. Take the girl. Take the girl.
Watts hacking Penny.
It was shocking, but a lot of people called it. Like this, I don't know. I just think the Hound was a more shocking thing.
I do not know. I have to go. The bolts. No. Dad.
And you cried.
Yes, I did.
And the Oscar for Best Twist or Reveal
I'm
in
gonna say
Volume
the
8
Hound.
goes to the Silver-Eyed Hound.
Yes.
It had to be. That was just
fact, like I said, he started like those glimpses all
Honestly,
over, and then
no surprise
Wow.
on this one, as it was probably the largest reveal in Volume 8, and the amount of theories and
Probably one of the
speculation
biggest
in the,
in
RWBY
the
is a
show.
testament to that. For the first half of Volume
Right up
8,
there with
once the
Salem
Hound
and
was revealed,
Osmond's,
that it was a talking
background.
Grim, and the amount that it was hyped up, being an experiment that Salem had worked on, the speculation of if the Hound was Summer Rose, or if it was going to be a character significant to our main protagonists, all of the different theories and ideas surrounding it culminated to the eventual reveal that the Hound was a silver-eyed warrior. This was an amazing plot point to put in the volume, and the best part about this twist/reveal is it's not over yet.
No.
There is still more to build on with it, and I am so looking forward to where it is going to be taken in the future.
All right, welcome.
Oh,
everyone
it's
to
semblance of sanity.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're brothers. We have a semi-healthy obsession for stories, we're YouTubers, we love just getting into the emotion, the exploration of humanity, some passionate discussion, rambling, ranting, and then also just
Yeah, their reactions are kind of reactions and
Our jam.
analysis in one video.
Self-proclaimed, some given to us by others. The first is, of course, we are dramatic narrators.
Indeed, and I am a notorious trivia master.
Yes, and one of us, I'm not going to say who, is a published author.
Also, we are professional anime shillers of the highest quality and grade. So I will, of course,
Yeah,
take
they
this
react
moment
to so much anime.
to shill Vinland Saga. Go watch it. It's incredible. It's a coming-of-age story filled with tearjerker moments and brutality and humanity. Yes, go watch it.
And we are hosting the best tearjerker category.
Yeah,
Oh,
over the
boy.
years, RWBY has hit us with some of the most painful cliffhangers,
We already know the winner.
backstories,
We already
yes,
know.
and red-headed suffering. Yeah.
Just-
Volume 4 just shouting out here. What about the training video that Pyrrha left for Jean? Like,
that got me too.
That's such a simple bit in episode 2 of Volume 4, but it just destroys me every single time.
Can we just give a shout out to literally any time that Home plays? I cannot listen to that song without crying.
Yeah.
Home is a great song.
That'll do it. These are the nominees for Best Tearjerker.
We already know.
Hazel's death.
Do it.
Penny's death.
That's the winner. That's the winner. We're gonna have to. God, so much suffering in this.
Ruby and Yang's summer talk.
Oh, this was a good one though.
Then.
It was.
I wouldn't worry about that.
That's what happened to Mom. When I saw its eyes, I knew. Salem used to kill people with silver eyes, like Maria. But she's always wanted me alive.
Vine's death.
Like this is all tear-jerking moments, but just I think Penny made more people cry than anything.
Yang falling.
See, I didn't have time to find this sad because I knew Yang wasn't dead or anything, you know? Boy, the people cheering in the background makes this not as dramatic as it is.
And the Oscar for Best Tearjerker goes to
Penny's death.
Yeah.
But there is something
you can do.
No, I don't know where the others are, but why still give us time?
Let me choose this one thing.
Ugh.
Trust me.
Poor Sean. I just... Oh.
All right, yeah. Makes sense. Well deserved.
Reliving it
That's
again.
Kind of to be expected of
Yeah.
the 5 options that were there. I really only would put Yang's and Ruby's Summer Talk as being like up there meta-wise as like one of the contenders there, because I mean, Penny's death.
No contest
There's
in
no
my
real
mind.
contest there. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we got another redhead dying tragically. And Jean
Thanks,
was...
Rooster Teeth.
But what can I say? Jean's involvement was a bit more extreme this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
At least he got to be there.
Yes. Yes, Caleb. He got to be there.
Yeah, he was there
It
all
wasn't
right.
just because he didn't block an arrow. But no, this time it's because he actually killed her.
Oh my god.
Boy.
Yeah,
I'm sure the trauma won't stack up on him.
Oh, he'll be good as gold.
Oh my god. And as far as where things go into volume, 9, he's going to be without his crew, in the void place with the island and all that. So that's going to be its own thing. Ugh. Well.
And he's going to have to tell Ruby.
Thank you for inviting us to the Oscars. And I'm sorry for dropping the yellow letter all over the place there. But I mean, it's like golden child lost in the void. Sounds very familiar, yeah?
Yes, just a little.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Hi everybody, my name is Tanner, better known as Blizzik, and I'm going to be presenting the award for Best Monologue. If you don't know me, I'm a writer, and I make video essays on the writing in all sorts of media, mostly anime and a lot of RWBY, but I do talk about video games and movies whenever it strikes my fancy. I have a really big review of Volume 8 coming up on the horizon, and some even more fun stuff planned for after that, but for now, I am just really, really excited to be a part of this totally awesome celebration of RWBY Volume 8. When it comes to fancy schmancy wordsmithery, RWBY characters are a mixed bag. Sometimes they're a little too lost in each other's eyes to do much besides bumble through their words, but other times they'll make the monologue so perfect you can tell that they've been
I like it.
in the bathroom mirror for weeks.
I like it.
These speeches
That
give
was
you
good,
characters
because we know exactly what that was going for.
worlds, advocate for their personal ideologies, and they get to be as dramatic as they want.
If anyone doesn't get it, he was talking about how Blake and Yang mostly talk through their eyes and not actually...
Ironwood's ultimatum speech.
Oh, this was good. I love this scene. It really was really good.
Its future. From those who
Is this the real life?
Our enemy is crippled, but one individual still denies Atlas its salvation.
You.
The protector of Mantle.
It was always somebody else's fault.
Oh,
So I'm going
naturally.
to give you a choice. You can bring yourself to Atlas Academy and do your duty. Help me save as much of Atlas as I can, and Mantle will be left to fend for itself.
May's speech to Team RWBY.
No, see, you just don't get it. This is not a situation.
This is
where
a good one,
everyone
too.
wins. Now you all can come with me to help in Mantle, or I can drop you off near the front lines if you still want to help Atlas. Your uncle and Robin can't save us.
Caden did great
we
here.
have to choose. So choose.
Ozpin's apology.
I was recently
This was good, too.
reminded of an old fairy tale. A young girl flees the consequences of a choice to a magical place. But having never learned from her initial failure, she only succeeds in spreading it. I failed all of you. I should have trusted
This might be my pick, because it's really good.
and should never have run the day you discovered it. And I hope it's a risk you can take on me again.
RWBY's speech to Remnant.
My name is Ruby Rose.
I'm
a huntress.
I almost can't pick.
I've done everything right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I love this because we saw so many old locations and characters we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Is under attack. I know the idea of the maidens and relics seems, well, crazy.
Like this. We had not seen Shopkeep forever, and then we saw Glinda.
Which was a shock. And
Yeah.
They might even be able to help organize a way to fight back. But sadly, General Ironwood can no longer be trusted.
Watts' speech to Cinder.
Oh, this was good too.
It was.
Of course you are, because that's just what you do, isn't it?
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say this or Ozpin's apology.
You stormed into
They were all good though,
take
but
on Ironwood's top fighter and war machine, but you couldn't.
this was really good.
Went to Maiden. Oh, and let's not forget your deal with Raven Brownwind. Get all your enemies.
I love he brought that up.
Shot at revenge. If only someone could have warned you against such a miserable idea. Oh wait, I did.
And the Oscar for Best Monologue goes to Watts' speech to Cinder.
It was really good.
Yeah.
You lost it when all you had to do was your job. You think you're entitled to everything just because you suffered, but suffering isn't enough. Can't just be strong, you have to be smart. Can't just be deserving, you have to be worthy. But all you have ever been is a bloody migraine.
All right, I was gunning for that one, so I'm very
It,
glad that the
by a lot.
yeah.
That's I may have voted for that one. I
There
can't
was a lot
remember.
of great monologues this volume, but I don't think you can compete with someone who knows he's right and just has nothing to lose. Not to mention Chris Sabat is amazing, and also I think it's just
Chris
really,
Sabat
really
is always
satisfying
great.
to hear the sorts of things that the fandom has been saying about Cinder for years finally vocalized by a character in the show. So that was a really satisfying element of it too. I want to thank all of you for your
I think
votes.
Ruby
want
saw a
to
lot of
thank
people's
Murderofbirds and
criticism of
Calxiyn
Cinder.
for
Was like,
having me on
let's throw it
this
in there.
wonderful community event. And of course, I want to thank Ruby for giving us another wonderful, wonderful volume. I am very excited to be a part of this, and I'm very excited to see you all again in Volume 9. Thoughts?
Hi, I'm Rigger. This isn't you, alright? Where? Oh, one sec. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Hi, I'm Rigger, and this is the Oscars, and I'm ecstatic to be here. If you don't know me, since I'm kind of new around here, I'm a paper cutout that talks a lot about RWBY, as well as other things. I do crazy theories, like if you ever want to find out why Jin was human, then I can more than help you out with that. Not to mention I do reviews. At the moment we're going through Avatar episode by episode, and I'll be talking about some full anime series quite soon. I talk about movies a lot. We're likely going to start doing some movie-based content on the channel. I just started a new and exciting thing where we're designing characters, and I'm working with my audience to build the idea of a mirror universe in RWBY. And not to mention my big one, my RWBY Runs project, where we run through the plot of RWBY in what-if scenarios. We are currently several episodes deep into what if Jean died instead of Pyro, and let me tell you, it is quite an emotional ride. But we are not here to talk about me, we are here to talk about Volume 8, so let's get on to the award. When RWBY first started, it was sold to many on the fight scenes alone. The choreography, as well as the unique weapons and enemies, defined a reason to watch it all and help get people on board with the show to start. These days, the characters and story have gone far beyond that point, and there's obviously a lot more to be invested in than just the fights. However, at the end of the day, it's good versus evil, right versus wrong, and eventually swords need to be drawn. When that happens, it's do or die, and as we all know in this show, dying is certainly a possibility. So, while it's no longer the main selling point of the series, it's still central to the outcomes of the story and the survival of our characters. With signature weapons, dust, aura, semblances, maiden powers, and more at their disposal, a fight in RWBY is always a fight worth watching. That being said, it's time to find out which was the best. These are the nominees for Volume 8's Best Fight. Everyone versus Ironwood.
I have.
That was a good one.
Feels weird.
I loved that. It feels weird.
That moment. Winter's helping them.
Versus the Aesop's.
If Penny had wanted to, she could have taken them better than she did. I think, anyway. If she... Ooh.
Salem versus Hazel.
That pretty intense fight.
It was.
That's so cool. Brutal.
Yeah.
Schnee Manor versus the Hound.
Everybody versus the Hound. I don't know.
What is this thing? It's just a Grim.
No.
Team Ruby and Penny versus Cinder and Neo.
She just stepped aside like it was nothing big.
Leave her alone.
I don't know. It might be this one, because it was the...
And the Oscar for Best Fight of Volume
I guess that's my
2,
pick.
Everyone versus Ironwood.
Okay.
I had a feeling this was one of my favorite fights.
Just finally seeing Marrow and Winter
Yes.
finally turn on Ironwood. It was... And then, of course, this. That was so freaking cool.
It was.
Ironwood certainly was one of the biggest hurdles that needed taking down, and it took more
Yeah.
than a team to do it. From Emerald's master deception, Oscar tapping into his potential, Jean, Ren, and Nora going toe-to-toe with perhaps the strongest combatant in Atlas, it was still only possible due to Winter's perfect execution and showing the true depths of her talent and combat abilities. Without all of them combined, there was little to no chance. A worthy winner for sure. Like with any fight, there was so much to balance here between all of the weapons and powers, not to mention needing a snappy runtime, and they pulled it off. Everyone had a moment to shine and a role to play, showing exactly why they're worthy of being where they are. A big congratulations to RWBY and the show for delivering across the board this volume, keeping the combat satisfying alongside everything else that needs to go into the story. A big thank you to everyone involved in bringing us this volume, and a huge personal thank you from me to Arnold and Cal for inviting me on to host for you all. I truly hope you're all enjoying the Oscars and appreciate what a huge undertaking this is. And until next time, my name is Rigger. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I did alright.
Hey, I'm Kelly.
I'm Sunny.
And together
Oh,
we form
boy.
the YouTube channel Xiaolong, where we do RWBY reactions, we do live streams, video essays, we also react to a bunch of other animated shows like The Owl House and Jujutsu Kaisen, and occasionally we dip into cosplay, hence all the chaos in the background up there. We have to say thanks to Arnold and Cal, MurderofBirds and Calxiyn respectively for
Kelly and Sandy are
organizing
always
this and bringing so
awesome to
many
watch.
content creators together, and of course you guys for voting on all these categories.
After such an amazing volume of RWBY, what better way is there to show our passion than being able to vote on our favourite categories and see who comes out on top?
RWBY is known for its large cast of main and supporting characters that have only grown in numbers since Volume 1. In Volume 7 and 8 in particular, we have seen a whole host of characters introduced, including both male and female characters, many of which have had a great impact on the plot and the fandom as a whole.
These are the nominees for Best Male Character in a Supporting Role. Arthur Watts.
Given what we're after, I've got all the motivation I need. Sadly, it doesn't make taking down Pietro's magical science project any less cumbersome.
Oh, I trust you can come up with something.
Ooh, the trust is palpable.
Maro Amin.
They might still be alive in there.
I gave them their window. We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside? Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends?
Pietro Polendina.
We made decent progress on construction and fuel production. All potentially manageable, but Amity was designed so that it couldn't launch itself without first being granted clearance from General Ironwood's terminal.
Crow Branwyn.
There might be a better way. I'm telling you, there isn't.
Well, this isn't just about you. It's about everyone.
I'm going straight up to the academy, and I am ending this.
Or we fail and people get killed.
He deserves this.
Wetley Schnee.
We don't just have...
Oh, man, this is hard.
We have the company. The people you mentioned in the crater. They need a way out, right?
I might root for Whitley just because he had so...
He grew so much in this volume.
Yeah, so I might be going with Whitley on this one.
We can order as many as we need to pilot our ships down to the crater and get people to safety while the Grim are occupied
But I don't
by the
know.
forces.
And the Oscar for Best Male Character in a Supporting Role is...
Arthur Watts.
Watts winning a bunch of awards this volume.
This is everything I've ever wanted.
You deserve this, Arthur.
That was so creepy. Like I just knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, we just didn't know what.
Yeah.
You're dead. Sorry about it. But to be absolutely fair to Arthur, I thought this was his best season.
Yeah.
Such a shame that he had to end it by being dead. But
went out on a high and on fire.
Really did go out on a high, and I'm going to say talk, but we all know it wasn't a talk. But the talk that he had with Cinder, and the way that he really managed to like dig down into her inner demons, whether he meant to or not, I thought that was a really standout performance for Arthur in that situation. So I think this is well deserved.
And he won for that.
RWBY as a show would not have come as far as it has today without its diverse range of female characters, many of whom were given a chance to shine in a volume that took us to some really dark places and put these characters to the test.
The nominees for Best Female Character in a Supporting Role are Blake Belladonna.
Well, I'm already rooting for Blake.
Yeah.
Just like that.
May Marigold.
It's
Oh.
at the crater.
It's another one I have to root for.
Mantle only
Because I like May.
People are dying.
People are dying here too. Don't you have family in Atlas?
Big moment.
No. Mantle needed me. And to the Marigolds, that meant I wasn't their son anymore. And I made sure that everyone knew that I wasn't their daughter.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan, was it? Now isn't the time to hold grudges.
No. She's right to be angry. I know I haven't upheld my end of the bargain.
Neo's one of my favorite characters, so...
I will get you Ruby Rose. Today. But to do that, I need to ask the lamp a question.
Weiss Schnee.
Snowshoe Shipping is an SDC subsidiary, meaning all the drones here report to the company, not the General. The pneumatic tubes allow for dust refined in the crater to be sent straight up to Atlas.
I'm still going to root for Blake because Blake's my second favorite character.
Yang Xiaolong.
I'm going with Yang.
That giant hound kicked us around like we were
I'm rooting for Yang. Favorite character.
But Blake said he and Shanice managed to take it down.
I'm gonna have to stretch to say
Still
Blake
having to
or
one
Yang.
up your big sis, huh?
And the winner for Best Female Character in a Supporting Role is...
Yang Xiaolong.
Well,
yay!
We're being optimistic. Look, blind optimism isn't great, but no optimism means we've already lost. We need hope. We need to take risks.
But mine didn't work.
still got a warning out. Ruby, they're not called sure things. They're called risks. And in case you didn't notice, my plan for Mantle didn't work either. But we got Oscar back. And did a lot more that was never in the plan.
Congratulations, Yang. I think that's a well-deserved
Wow.
win for this
Really
one
close.
and everything that you had to go through.
Yeah, you know, the whole, like, punching the undead witch in a personal area and falling into super hell. Quite a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot that happened for Yang in this volume, but I think she really shone, even though she was obviously going through some things at some points. But
I'm sure this will mean a lot to her where she is, you know?
yeah, you know, the first one to fall into super hell, I'm sure that this win is gonna really
make it all worthwhile.
Make it worthwhile.
Hi everyone, my name is Sunny and I'm so excited to be here presenting a category at this year's Ozcars. Thank you so much to Arnold and Cal for inviting me to do this opportunity. It's super exciting, it's my first time doing it, and there were some great categories this year. It was a great volume. So I'm super excited to see how this is all going to turn out. On my YouTube channel, I primarily do RWBY reactions, probably why I'm here, of course. And yeah, I love RWBY, I love reacting to RWBY. It generates some really good emotions in me, and it's just a fun time to watch. And I also dabble in a few other anime-related topics and videos. For example, I have a pretty popular video where my boyfriend guesses characters from My Hero Academia. I do videos like that sometimes, and it's really exciting and really fun. And IRL, I'm also into very different things, especially biology and research. So I have a quite interesting mix of things going on in my life. So I'm going to be presenting the category of Best Antagonist. So Best Antagonist was the category for this volume that I was actually super excited about and really excited to see who would be in the category and who might win the category. Because this volume was off the rails, let me tell you. I was loving the villains this volume. We got a huge range, character development, everything like that. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful also to be presenting this.
It was in a lot of ways a villain
without
volume.
further ado, these are the nominees for Best Antagonist.
Arthur Watts. What did you create instead? I knew
So we're going to show his death scene.
Fires of Atlas. Cinder Fall.
Failed you again, Master. They used the staff to save
I think that's going to be it.
Before our allies fell, Neapolitan killed Ruby. And before Ruby and her teammates fell, they used the lamp's final question. I couldn't stop them. I couldn't even stop the maiden from escaping without putting the relics in jeopardy.
James Ironwood.
I will do everything I can to defend this kingdom.
What in God's name do you think you're doing, James?
No matter the cost.
And what's this about martial law? Have you lost your damn mind? Are you that scared of what
Neapolitan.
It's got to be either Cinder or Ironwood. That's what I'm going to say. Probably more Cinder, because I think Cinder done a lot of evil things this volume. But, I don't know. Ironwood's right up there.
Salem.
And, of course, there is Salem, but, man.
And for what? These children? This ruined world?
Ruined world is your fault.
Why do you keep coming back?
And the Oscar for Best Antagonist goes to Salem.
Wow, okay.
In pursuit of a new world, no cost is
But then again, this is the first volume where we actually saw her do a lot. So,
our work here is done.
Very exciting. Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh,
she
I'm
won.
So excited that Salem has won Best Antagonist this year. We got so much great Salem
It was close.
action in this volume. And wow, she's just
For
a badass villain, let me
the
tell
four,
you.
definitely
And I'm
was top
super excited
four.
to see her win Best Antagonist this volume. Also, shout out to her whale. R.I.P. to that guy. He was pretty cool. But yeah, Salem takes the cake. I also thought Ironwood might be a contender in this category, but but obviously the people have spoken, and congrats to Salem for winning Best Antagonist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived.
Hey, Cal. Hey, Arnold.
RWBY Volume 8 would not be the same without the leading characters whose strength and sacrifices carve a powerful, thought-provoking impression on the audience in a way that immortalizes them in discussions for volumes to come. These are the nominees for Best Leading Male Character. Hazel Raynart.
When she came for me, I killed her over and over again. The longest she was gone was only a few hours before she put herself back together. When I couldn't lift my arms anymore, she showed me that through her,
He did some punching.
I could have the vengeance I needed.
James Ironwood.
I chased a lot of shadows over the years, always expecting betrayal. But never once did I think it would ever come from you. I know what's best for us, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that staff. So, consider this my last order. Step aside.
Jean Arc.
Please, Winter, give us a chance to try to rescue him first. We could be your test run.
Let's see who else. Let's see who else.
Inside, right? So we can go ahead to check it out and look for Oscar while we're inside.
Lai Ren.
No.
Ooh.
No one is replaceable.
I might want to go with Ren on this.
I think it's Ren.
You don't really believe that. You are furious about losing Clover. And you miss him.
You don't...
That's why you lost against Team RWBY. You try to fight how you feel about each other, so you'll never truly work as a team.
Oscar Pine and Ozpin.
I'm still gonna go with Ren. That's
One thing, it was never to trust you.
Please, let me. But Oscar, you want him to trust us, and trust me. Her name is Jin. You want her to come out of the lamp? Just say her name. She can still answer one more question.
After all that, you're just going to give Salem the password?
No. I'm giving you the password. And hoping you'll find the truth for yourself.
And the Oscar goes to... Oscar Pine and
okay.
Ozpin.
That was my second guess.
He entrusted me with this, hence the massive amount of power he had stored up in it.
Just remember the days where we were like that. All of his build up and all that was off screen. All his character development was off screen for many years.
Not all, but most.
Now here he is winning the top award.
He trusted my judgment, and it saved us. I want to reciprocate that trust. There's a lot to sort out, but Oz really wants to help.
Thank you, Oscar.
We finally did it, Reddit. Oscar won an Oscar. Let's go. I think Oscar winning this is, I think he was a very new and improved version of himself, especially with everything that he's gone through these last two volumes, with confronting Ironwood last volume, pretty much confronting Ozpin upon his return, and really just kind of coming into his own as a character. I don't know how this is going to fare with him, with the eventual merging of the two souls into one, but
if we even see that actually happen.
He was his own person. He made all the calls for himself. Ozpin really just let him take the reins for all the decisions that he made, and I think he definitely deserved this.
Yeah, I think that's so true.
He turned Hazel face.
Really Hazel.
And Emerald.
Think about what would have happened if Oscar was not able to kind of convert Hazel at the last minute to their side, right? And so in a lot of ways, like, he made decisions that Ozpin wouldn't have made, and so he's becoming almost like a better, more trusting version of like what Ozpin, I think, has always wanted to
I think
be.
that's the kind of story they're trying to lead into.
He's just lived too long, like he's lost a lot of naivete, I guess, and so now with Oscar, like, he's a more simple and honest soul too when you really think about it. It's not just RWBY, it's also Oscar, and what
that may be what they're actually going for.
Yeah, yeah, I love the way you put that. Like, thinking about Oscar is just becoming a more optimized Ozpin. And I love that. And I
really
think
wants
this is
to be.
going to make a
Actually,
lot of
she said
people
made a lot
happy.
of sense.
Because last year was the first Oscars that we ever did, and everyone was like, Oscar better win an Oscar, and I don't think he won anything.
Well,
so.
he did this year.
Well, I think this is well-deserved this time.
Congratulations, Oscar Pine.
And these are the nominees for Best Leading Female Character. Emerald Sustride.
I highly doubt you're in the same place you started.
A moment we've been waiting years
Getting
for.
your asses kicked. Some of that my fault, but like, you're at war. You're gonna take hits. Look, I'm just going to be super pissed if you all finally decide to give up the moment I switch sides.
Nora Valkyrie.
I got hurt doing what I always do. Just another ditzy move from Nora.
That's not true.
How would you know?
So far, I'm going with Nora.
We were supposed to be a team, but that didn't matter to you. When things went wrong, you pushed us away. You shut people out so you don't have to feel things that are hard.
Phew.
Penny Pollen.
Oh.
I do not like it when friends fight. I know.
Yang and I might not agree on how best to save Mantle,
No.
but...
I mean Winter. The General. They were our friends. But then the Aesops attacked you. And the General, he said people were going to die.
I might have to switch to Penny, because Penny had a lot of great...
Ruby Rose.
We shouldn't lie to ourselves. I wasted our time getting Amity.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until I see all...
Thinking help
Let's...
would come,
Okay.
but it didn't. And Amity fell. I was being
To this day,
childish.
it's still falling.
Winter Schnee.
I'm going with Winter. That's my pick. I love Winter. She's like one of my top 5 characters, so I'm going with Winter. None of my other top 5s are in this, so I'm just going with Winter because...
You are going to pay.
And plus, Elizabeth is amazing.
You've done.
And the Oscar goes to
I think it's Winter.
Penny Pollen.
No, it's Penny.
Wow.
I won't
No,
be
not
gone.
this again.
No.
I'll be part of you.
Good.
Ugh.
I'm glad.
Well, Winter's in the scene too, so
Yeah.
I mean...
I should have kept it at Penny. I should have known Penny was going to be a win.
I, for one, am really glad that Penny got this award, considering that this may be the
Wow.
final year that
Winter
she is
would have been
eligible.
next.
That's
Not
a low
to
blow.
get all
That's a
sad
low
on
blow.
you.
That's a low blow. God damn it! I will not stand for this.
But Penny had an amazing character arc this
My
volume,
nuts and bolts heart.
obviously, that has wrapped up in some respect.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now
I don't know.
watch.
I have some hopes that we may see her in Volume 9, but this is not the video to talk about that.
We can see Arnold's face. There is ways we could see her, but
personality and her wants
that may
and
be a video
everything
too.
that went
Yeah.
into, like, those final moments and final decisions, how she was able to
Visions.
sacrifice herself for her
Yeah.
friends, and deciding that
We still need to
that
do that
was
video.
the route that she wanted to go, despite the life that they gave her. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I feel like that overall, Penny had a really satisfying arc for me this season.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but I love how they humanized her so much. Like, even from her inception, even from like her debut in Volume 1, we were always like immediately drawn to the fact that despite her being made of nuts and bolts instead of squishy guts, it didn't make her any less real than someone like Ruby. And
Yeah.
you know, having her back in Volume 7, I think reinforced to a lot of people who might not have had the time necessary to build an attachment to Penny during the Beacon arc. I think they not only reinforced that, but pretty much put the nail in the coffin. No pun intended. Put the nail in the coffin for really establishing Penny as a bona fide character. And
So many people, I think, loved Penny more because of these past two seasons. And so
absolutely.
I think that a lot of people at first, they were like, they're bringing Penny back. Like, they were a little hesitant about the idea. But then as you see her in Volume 7 and in Volume 8. I think a lot of people grew to love her in a way that they didn't necessarily love her before, and then so to have her taken away from us, right? Her
Yeah.
even more than
I'm
I
gonna
think
miss
it ever
Penny.
did in Volume 3.
I think in a way that also immortalizes the character, right? Like for some characters,
Yes.
they're really defined by how they go out. You know, like Pyrrha made a noble sacrifice. Penny did the same thing, and that's a part of the human experience to some degree. You know, dying for your loved ones, or sacrificing yourself, I should say, for your
I'm
loved
getting
ones,
teary-eyed,
whether it's
damn it.
parent and child, or even in this case, friends. And I think Penny pretty much established that the one choice that she had, this is what I want to do with my life. And despite it being cut short, I think that that made her a forever loved character. For sure. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
We're gonna
the
miss you,
RWBY
Penny.
Volume 8 Oscars Awards show has come to a close. We really hope you guys enjoyed all of the work and effort that has gone into this. A big shout out to everybody that has helped collaborate on this effort together. We started this during the halfway point of the volume, and just seeing everybody's individual submissions come together with the editing and everything else in between was really great to put together.
Yes, it was a pleasure doing this with our fellow RWBY tubers. Make sure that you guys check them out. They will all have links in the description down below. And you guys should also check out the artist that made our thumbnail, Keith.
Oh yeah,
His
Keith.
link will be down below too.
Does great
You know,
art.
You can go commission him and all of that stuff. You know, for all your OC, Pokemon, RWBY type needs. He does a lot of different like OC work and everything like that. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely check him out. And we will be here continuing to entertain you with videos or with art during the RWBY Volume 8 hiatus. And thank you to everyone who voted, watched, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that was the Oscars for RWBY Volume 8, and we've got ads. Okay, so
I'm gonna take these off.
let's take this down. A little bit of... Okay, so that was... This is part 2. Part 1, hopefully, is up by now. Because usually when we upload these 1-hour videos, it takes literally almost 2 days for us to put them up. Hopefully that's going to be changing in another month or so, because there may be a chance we may be moving, but and getting better internet for sure.
Already looking into that.
Yeah, so hopefully video uploads will be way faster. But what'd you think of the show?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. Getting to see like pretty much all the results, how the fandom voted, all the different, you know, everyone from the community that was involved.
Yeah.
Take
this off.
It was it was definitely great to see.
Yeah. So once again, thank you to Arnold, Cal, everyone that worked on this. I know Arnold especially. I believe Cal had to help out too with all the extra work they had to do to get this going, because they had a lot of problems. So thank you all once again for your hard work. Hopefully we can take part in this next year. We would love to, but you know, we're still a really smaller channel. So, but one day.
We would love to one day.
Yeah. So yeah. We're going to continue doing RWBY stuff for the rest of the hiatus. We've got some Pride Month videos coming up very soon. We're waiting on something in the mail. But who knows, by the time this goes up, they may already be
already be here.
Yeah. More RWBY videos coming up. We've got a bunch planned. More Let's Plays. I'm also going to be doing E3 reactions. So yeah, a lot is coming up. And I believe you've got a cosplay video.
I've got some cosplay stuff. I'm actually in the works of piecing and
I'll be guesting in that because she's got a...
Yeah, there's a couple of them. The one who's guesting in because...
I've got to be wrapped up. Yeah. Do you have to wrap me up in one of them?
We both do.
Okay.
Because it's for both versions.
Okay. So always, guys, hope you enjoyed both videos. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Our first long-time goal is 1,000 subscribers. But of course, we want to go beyond that, but that's our first big step goal. Please hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of all future uploads. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought of the show. As always, guys, this is Kanan.
This is Jessie.
We love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully you continue to join us for the rest of RWBY, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.